Hello, and welcome back to this new video. It has been some time, but in the meantime I got a new mic which makes me very happy, so I should sound a lot better hopefully, and yeah, that's great. So yeah, today I'm continuing the Alpha Guide to PvP series, and last time we talked about the skill points, and in the first video we talked about the UI and setup of your overview, dscan and everything. So if you like, you can check out those videos to start at the beginning, or you can just join in here for the ISK making methods. So to earn ISK in Factional Warfare, you first need to enlist, and you need a ship, and you need a baseline of ISK and skill points. So first of all, how can you get the first starting bit of ISK? There are a few ways you can do that. First of all, you can message me with a YouTube comment, or send me an in-game mail to TN Zaharian or Frigates on Fire with characters work, and I will send you back an EVE Online Partner Program skin, because I'm giving those away currently basically at all times. So that is an easy, quick way. You can just sell them on the market if you don't like them to keep them, and that gives you a really good starting ISK pool of at least 60 million, but usually they are around 200 to 300 million, so that's a really good start. If you want to earn all the ISK by yourself, which I wanted to do, and which I understand therefore, you can do project discovery, or you can run anomalies in HiSec in a Corvette, or you can even mine in HiSec in a Corvette. Mining is definitely the least profitable out of these, but the easiest and the least risk is involved. Anyway, at that point you probably have, or you can finish the career agents after the tutorial, which also give you 10 to 15 million, and if you start ships you can also sell if you don't want to keep them. So at that point you have your starting ISK in EVE, and then you can start looking into Factional Warfare. So that's where we are going to pick it up here. As an example, I am joining the Kaldari State Militia today, just for a bit to show you how that works. Kaldari are my personal favorites. That's why I'm picking Kaldari, because I think Kaldari are the most honest out of the factions. Doesn't matter really. Once you have your ISK and you want to get started in Factional Warfare, you should first get a ship, then enlist in Factional Warfare, and then get out to low sec, because there are a few restraints in Factional Warfare, like you cannot enter every high sec system, because as a Kaldari I will get hunted and get into high sec. When you are quick enough you can get out, so frigates and destroyers usually don't have trouble with getting away, but bigger ships like cruisers, it's a bad idea to go to high sec, because you will not get out again alive. So yeah, at the start you should head to the trade hub of your faction that you chose, which is the system of Amar for the Amar. In the Dixie it's Planet 9, Moon 20, the Federation Navy Assembly Plant. In Cheetah it's the 4-4 station, so Planet 4, Moon 4. And then there's Hack, or what's the other one called? Usually it's Hack for the Mimitar, but the Mimitar trade hub is not very it's not that good. The Mimitar and the Galente trade hubs for the Dixie and Hack are the worst trade hubs. It's better to go to Cheetah or Amar. But once you're there, you can buy your first ship and then head out to Factional Warfare after enlisting. So I have prepared a few fits here that are good for starting in Factional Warfare, because you need a certain DPS number to be able to kill the NPC in the Plex, the complex, the site in Factional Warfare. Because before you haven't killed the NPC, the timer won't stop running. I will show you that later in the video, more in detail. So yeah, I have prepared a few fits. They are not really good when doing PvP, but they are cheap, effective, and you can run sites with them. And if you encounter a PvP encounter, it's not always certain death for you. So this is the Amar version. It's the Cursor Destroyer. With multi-frequency you get 162 DPS, which is really good, especially considering you have 8 kilometers range. Web, so you can slow the NPC down and track better. MWD for speed, DPS, and a bit of hull tank. I also have Microwave in this fit, because if you get kited, you have a chance of still hitting the enemy, so in a PvP encounter you can use multi-frequency to... not multi-frequency, Microwave, sorry, to chase off the enemy, so that's the cursor fit. For the Cormorant, I chose Blasters, but with a newt, so Blasters are short range, and I put Antimatter in there, 157 DPS, really good. MWD 2 webs, which makes it easier to stay on top of the NPC while you apply your blast DPS, and in case you encounter a PvPer, you have the newt to maybe give you a chance of escaping. Then we have the Catalyst. We've added out the highest DPS Destroyer with 209 DPS, which is crazy, but it is more of a glass cannon. It has less tank, and it only has 2 med slots, which is not really a restraint in this case, but it makes it a bit more difficult to actually apply your blast DPS, so this is you're probably the worst off in PvP with the Catalyst, especially at the beginning. And finally the Thrasher, which is the tankiest of them all, and it is not hard tank like the others, but shield tank, with 200mm autocannons and as well a newt. So against some frigates you usually should have a chance of survival. And with fusion ammo it has the lowest DPS, but it is still possible with these low DPS numbers. So yeah, I'm, as I said, gonna join the Kaldari today, but I'm gonna fly the Thrasher because it has the lowest DPS, just to show you that it is still possible to kill the NPC even with these low DPS. And I would also like to mention that I have not trained into any of these fits, so there should be no skill difference. Maybe some fitting restraints, but I think, yeah, all the fits are rather good on fitting space. So usually if you have the basic skills that I talked about in the skill point video, you should be able to fly all of these fits, especially if you are specialized in your own faction. Like, as in Amar, you have it easier to fly the Cursor, as Kaldari it's easy for the Cormorant, and so on. So yeah, I'm gonna pick the Thrasher for today, and usually when you follow my guide with the skill points, you should have some spare skill points lying around anyway that you haven't used yet. So I have 75,000 at the moment, so I'm gonna use those to be able to fly this Thrasher with everything. So yeah, as I said, you have to get some starting ISK first. I'm just on 700,000 ISK on this character, so I'm just gonna log over to my main character for a minute and transfer over just enough to buy this first fit, and then we can get started. So again, if you don't have an alt to get you ISK like I do, you can ask me for a skin, run the career agents, run combat anomalies and high sec, do the project discovery, or do mining in high sec. So all of those are safe options that you can do without any ISK to start with to gain ISK, and then you can buy this fit. So I'll be right back with the money. So here I am with the ISK. So I'm just gonna buy my Thrasher right away. Easiest way is to simulate and then just click here on the multi-buy because it opens it right away. You see the price is much higher than what it says the estimated price is. That's because I'm in Dodixie and the prices in Dodixie are not the best, but I don't care at the moment. I'm just gonna buy it anyway. So there we go. And then you can just click here, fit ship, and then fit everything, fit ship, and it automatically fits it. But before you do that, there is a little thing that you can do if you put your fit next to it. This is not really needed at the moment, but it is good to learn it from the start. Put your offline modules in the middle and your active modules on the outside. This makes it easier for heat damage to dissipate, so you burn out your modules a bit slower, and that helps. And the same with the guns. The newt is not as important as the guns, so you can just try to put that as much as possible into the middle, so your outside guns don't toast as quick, and your newt is a bit of a buffer between your guns so they don't heat each other up. It's a really interesting thing. And then once you did that, you can just click fit ship, fit the ship, name it whatever you want, call my Plexer, Yes, the skill points. I just bought the skill books already, and they got automatically added into my skill queue, because I'm going to show you how I did that as well. I'm just going to take one of the other fits. If you hover over it here and then click buy and train, it automatically buys them, and you can click buy and inject, and then they immediately get put into your skill queue, and you can start training them. I'm just going to pause the training here right now, because to apply skill points you need to pause the training, so I'm just going to do that, and then I can click here on the apply skill points button, and apply all the skill points it needs, which is 70,097. So I'm just going to confirm.
Skill training
completed. There we go, and now I can fly my Thrasher. Here we are, and I'm gonna put the ammo in, and I actually forgot to buy more ammo than just one load, which is quite important because ammo goes away really quickly while plexing, so make sure you always carry enough ammo. I'm just using normal fusion because it's quite cheap, and I'm just gonna buy like 3,000 of this, which is, as you can see, 45,000, 54,000. It's not that much, and you have enough ammo to plex for a long time. So, we have a ship, we have basically everything we need to start. Of course you can see if you have a nice skin that you like that you can buy for cheap, but I'm just gonna fly out like this. Now to the enlisting part. To enlist in Factional Warfare, you go to your Neocom menu, Activities, Factional Warfare, or if you have it like me, you have it already here in your Neocom. You can do that by taking it and dragging and dropping it in the Neocom where you want it. You already have that here. So here you can open faction selection, and then you can select Pirates or Empire. At the beginning I always suggest Empire because pirate sites are much harder and much more fought for, you know. There are many more people fighting for the pirate side, so you're better off with the Empire. As I said, I'm going to pick Kildari, so I click on Kildari. And then I want to initiate the enlistment, but it says cannot enlist here. This is because you need to be in the correct station to be able to enlist for this faction. But the nice thing is, if you hover over this, you can see the nearest enlistment office to you. So in my case, it's a different station here in Dodixie, so I'm just going to fly over there to enlist. But for example, let's just do that again, Galente. For the Galente, I could enlist right here in this station. For the Amar, I would have to fly to Tieriev. So I would type, okay, so Tieriev, there's only one station there, so I would know where to fly. And then I could head there and enlist for the Amar. But I'm just going to enlist for the Kaldari right now. So I'm just going to undock and fly to the station 8 Moon 3 and enlist for the Kaldari there. That's this one. So let's fly there.
Drive active.
Then you need to choose where you want to plex to earn your LP. There are many systems on the Factional Warfare map. There are a few more systems in the Galente Kaldari warzone than in the Mimitar Amar warzone, but it doesn't really matter. The easiest way to find a system where you can plex is by just looking at the colors. The brighter colors are the frontline systems, and in frontline systems there are usually more sites, and the site payout is better. What we are doing is offensive plexing, meaning we attack a system. So in our case, because we will choose Kaldari, we will have to fly to a Galente frontline system and then plex there. So either Vlilarir, Athena, Nenamaila, Halanen, Reitsato, Karama, Nagamanen, or Citarento. Those are the choices. For the Kaldar, if you were enlisted with Galente, it would be Oix, Akidagi, Inaluri, Tama, Haspenjala, and Okamon. With Amar and Mimitar, it's the same. With Karmonen, Kriainen, Ezara, Dal, Esser, Freystorm, Acid, Vimeni, Floswin, Arnher, Evati, Turifrauen, and Bryn for the Amar, and the other way around for the Mimitar. So those are generally the systems where you want to fly. So I know there's lots of fighting going on in Vlilarir and Nenamaila. Fun is usually quieter, but there are some corps that live there. I would probably personally fly to Reitsato, but I'm just gonna check which system is closer. Oh yeah, by the way, I need to change my route settings. You can do this if you go to your route, hover over the A, or click on the A rather. You can prefer a shorter route, so it always takes the shortest number of gems to your system. But of course you need to be a bit careful because some systems are usually cammed, especially Tama and Kinaka. So if you know those are cammed, you can avoid them, but usually you don't have to fly through there, you can take an alternate route. If you don't like a system that you have to fly through, you can just right click, avoid system. So for example, if I would have to fly through Tama right now, I would just right click, avoid Tama, and take the slightly safer but still shorter route. So yeah, that's the way you can do this. If you have a system on your avoid list and you want to get it off again, you go down here to manage route, avoidance list, and you can stop avoiding certain systems. So yeah, I think I'm gonna fly to Athena anyway, because I like Athena. And the right side is near Rakapass, so, and in Rakapass there are, it's left home, so that's where I'm gonna fly. So to the faction selection, I'm gonna enlist with Caldari State now, join the militia. Yes, I do want to join the militia on the Caldari State side. So yes, I'm gonna do that. Now I am officially in the Caldari militia, and you can see that I am in the State Protectorate Corporation now with my character. Let me find it. There we go. So I changed my corporation from the Federal Navy Academy to State Protectorate, which is the NPC corporation of the Caldari State, and now I'm in Caldari Factional Warfare. This also means that I have a militia chat. I'm just going to put that down here to the corp chat. And yeah, I'm going to fly to Athena now. As you can see now, as soon as I undock Pilot War, they let me know that I will be attacked in high sec. So yeah, I'm going to confirm this now, and then I'm going to start running. This is why the first video is also useful of this series, because there I explained your overview tabs and how you can get them, because now you can just switch to gates and then travel as quick as possible while always finding the next Stargate drop really quickly. And I'm just going to run to low sec now, and yeah, hopefully not get caught by the NPCs on the way, but usually that shouldn't happen. I'm going to cut the video here, so you'll see me again once I'm in low sec, and yeah, unless something exciting happens, then I will activate the video again. So see you in a bit. Okay, one more thing I remembered when traveling. When you're enlisted in Factional Warfare, you should open your overview settings again, here with the 3 dots, open overview settings, and then here in appearances, you should make sure that pilot is in your militia or allied to your militia is first of all tagged, and second of all, it is very high on this list. You can change this by dragging and dropping, but this is very important because new players often AWOX by accident, meaning they shoot their own militia people by accident because they didn't know they were friendly people. So by default this is quite low on this list, so you have to make sure it's up here so you see that those people are friendly and allied to you and you don't shoot them by accident. So yeah, another cut and then there. Okay, here we are. Oh, Athena is actually a Triglavian system, I forgot about that. But that shouldn't matter too much because CCP recently changed that and Triglavians don't attack neutrals anymore. So immediately I see that there is a small here, which is the site that we are looking for. Smalls give the best payout per hour, so we can just warp there to 50. The range doesn't really matter, but you shouldn't warp to 0 or to 100 because that's where everybody warps. And then while warping, you can with Ctrl B on your keyboard open this little window. And then while warping, you can press Enter. I'm doing that twice here, because these are safe spots. And with L, you can open that window. Actually, let's press that. Yeah, with L, you can open that window, and then you have both your safe spots here, and you can warp to those. And yeah, that is a safe place where you can warp to. And yeah, here we are outside the Plex, so let's slide in now. We do that by clicking on the acceleration gate, and then clicking on activate gate here to slide in. Every normal Plex has an acceleration gate like this, except for the open Plexes, and this is nice because if you put your D-scan to 1 AU, you can see when people are outside your Plex, they show up on that 1 AU D-scan and you know you have to align out and maybe start running. So yeah, here we are inside the Plex, and there are a few important things here. First of all, there is the beacon. Every ship that enters the Plex lands in a 5-kilometer radius around this beacon, so if you want to try to catch someone that comes in, you should approach to that beacon to make sure you land within 5 kilometers of them. So yeah, that's a good thing to know. Then in the middle we have that thing saying contested, which is currently contested because there is an enemy inside, namely this Federation destroyer, so we first have to kill them. And then in the middle there appears a timer that tells us how long the site takes. So let's just approach to this destroyer and kill him. By the way, I had some audio issues while recording this, so this is a later commentary, not like the rest. It's not live, but yeah, commentary I did later, so it might be a bit off with the timing and everything, so I apologize for that. Next time I should have it fixed. But yeah, as you can see, I am slowly but surely getting through the tank of this catalyst. And that is good, because this is, as I said previously, the fit I have with the lowest DPS, and if this fit can kill the NPC, we know that all the fits can kill the NPC without problems. And yeah, we should be fine. See, he is going towards Hull, and with a few more shots he should be down, and the timer will start running. So now I can just approach him, grab the rack. Should always loot their stuff because, well, it adds up over time, you know. And yeah, now while we wait, we can just fly back to the beacon, and now you can see the timer up here is running from 10 minutes down, and when it hits 0 we will get our payout. You can see 9:45 will tick down over time, and every time a new NPC spawns the timer will stop again, we have to kill the NPC, and so on and so forth. So yeah, how you can escape is by right clicking one of the bookmarks and click align to. This is quite important. When someone shows up on D-scan, you can align out, and if they disappear from D-scan again, you can warp off, but if they appear in your overview, you can warp off. Unless they are friendly militia, of course. But even with friendly militias, you should sometimes be a bit careful because, well, as I said previously, sometimes there are people that shoot their own militia members. But for now, we can just go back to the beacon, wait there for the timer to tick down, and continue running this site. Then while you wait inside the Plex, you can reload your ammo, because it's always good to have your ammo all stocked up and ready. Then it's just a waiting game, wait for the time to go down, and then yeah, when it hits 0, you get all the payout, and in the meantime you can just sit there, D-scan. One more thing, while you are sitting here in the Plex, and when you already got your money for the day, like if you already finished like 2 or 3 sites, you can consider to, if someone shows up outside your Plex, to just stay and take the fight. If it's not like, if a frigate shows up for example, you can consider taking the fight, because even if you lose the ship, it is a valuable learning experience on fighting. And there are, in my opinion, there are too many people already in the game that just do Fashion Warfare for the ISK and then run away as soon as someone shows up. So if you feel like it, take the fight, because it makes everyone's experience in Factional Warfare a bit better, and especially if you already earned a lot of money that day, you can just, yeah, do that. So I'm just gonna fast forward here a bit, kill the NPC and run down the timer, and then I'll catch you if something exciting happens. By the way, while waiting, you can just do some project discovery in the background to earn some extra ISK. That is really valuable, and remember to keep de-scanning. Okay, so an Algos just appeared on D-Scan, a Galente Destroyer, so I'm just gonna align out here, and hopefully I can finish the Plex before he comes in, because there's not much time left on the site. It might be this blue guy here in local, but I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, if he is blue, I'll probably stay, but otherwise I will run away, because I'm really not in the mood for fighting right now. I'll finish the video, and not... oh, okay, there he is, he's gone from these scans, so I am safe and I can go back to the beacon. And as you can see there, I also got a bit of money, which was from project discovery in the meantime. As you can see, I earned about 2 million of project discovery, and yeah, that's really quite nice. So I'm just gonna wait down the last 17 seconds, and as you can see, the money from project discovery together with the loot I earned, 1.19 million, is enough. If I sell that in G, that would probably get me another Thrasher. So here we go, set is finished. You can find how many loyalty points you got, 22,500, which is really nice. You can probably get about 50 million for that. So yeah, now we'll talk about selling. So I'm just going to go to a safe spot, and then we can talk about the selling part. Okay, short real life interference, but I am back. So yeah, we were talking about selling. There are a few ways you can sell LP. The easiest, and usually the one that pays out best, is by just asking in the militia. So I'm just going to ask here in the militia chat and see if someone answers. While we wait, I can tell you about where you can find your loyalty points. So if you open your wallet, you can change from your ISK wallet to your LP wallet, which you find up here. Then you can see how many loyalty points you have for which faction. And to transfer the LP, if someone does offer you to buy them directly off you, you can go to donate and then enter the corporation name and the amount. But of course, there's always a risk of scammers, that they take your loyalty points but don't send you ISK. So usually you would want to find people that are willing to send you the ISK before you send the LP, or that you do half-half, like you send 10,000 LP, they send the ISK for the 10,000 LP, and so on. Usually it's good to not transfer like 1 or 2 million LP at once, because there are scammers around that sometimes do that, which is unfortunate, but there is no way to be entirely sure that you don't get scammed, so it's best to do it with little numbers. Okay, after a short disconnect, I am back now, and yeah, I asked around in militia chat a bit, but there doesn't seem to be a buyer online right now, which is not that bad, because there is another way that I can show you like this. Usually in the European evening or the North American evening, more active time zones, there are more buyers around, so usually then you can just sell them the lazy way. But yeah, for now I'm just going to show you the other way. That is, I need to fly to a state protector raid station. The best is Norvokaikan, because that is close to Jita and in Highstack. So Norvokaikan, wait, I can't spell. Norvokaikan, okay, there we go. The state protector raid stations have the LP shops, and then there I can exchange the LP for items that I can then sell in Jita. From Norvokaikan to Jita, it's only a few gems. So yeah, I'm gonna fly to Norvokaikan and catch you once I am there, and then we can buy some stuff together and hopefully go to Jita to sell them for a nice profit. Okay, here we are in the dangerous Tama. I'm just gonna show you a trick real quick, how you can avoid smart bombs and gate cams in Tama, because usually people can only catch you if you come from the high stack side, but also from the low stack side you can be killed on your way out with smart bombs. So what you do is work to one of these two stations, one of the Swarrock stations, because those stations are at the Norvokaikan gate, and from there you can check for gate cams. And if there are smart bombs, if you come to the gate at a slightly different angle, the smart bombs would already miss you. So if you warp to the gate directly, they will hit you, but if you warp to the gate from one of those two stations, they will not hit you, and you will be able to jump through the gate before they can lock and shoot you. So that is a very good thing to do every time you go to Tama, to not straight warp to the gate, but to bounce to one of the stations, check the gate out, and then jump through. And I can already see here on D-Scan that there are no people here that can kill me, because the city will not have smart bombs, so I can just go to the gate and jump through to Norvokaikan. Here in Norvokaikan, as I mentioned before, we need to find the State Protector Raid Logistics Support Station, because those are the stations with the loyalty points stored in them, so we can just work there, dock there, and then exchange our loyalty points for different items that we can sell on the market. Okay, so once you're docked in station, you have up here the loyalty point store icon, Then you can open it and you can see all the things you can buy with your loyalty points. There are tons of things, like tons of things. And the choice can be really difficult, of course, but if you are lazy, like me, and you don't have the ISK yet to buy, for example, data cores, there is one easy thing you can do, and that is look for specialization skill books. These are really nice skill books that you can buy for only LP and immediately sell in Jita. So I'm just, because I have 22,500 LP, I'm going to start with torpedo specialization, which is the best money to LP ratio. So I'm just going to buy 2 of these. Purchase. Yes. Here they are. And then the rest I'm going to fill up with heavy missile specialization because that's best. Buy one of those. Yes. And then I have 1,500 LP left, so... Oh, rocket specialization it is. Oh no, wait. 1,500. Is there nothing else I can buy for 1,500? Nope. Okay, then I'm gonna buy a light missile specialization. So, now we have 4 skill books. All of these skill books combined give 15 million. So from 22,000 LP you make about 15 million. And now I'll just bring these to Jita and sell them there for our first profit. So once again I'm gonna cut until I am in Jita and then see you there. Arrived in Jita, here we are. Now we just need to be a bit careful we're warping to the station, because the main trade hub is sometimes camped by Galente or Guristas that abuse the mechanics of the game to be able to not be shot by the NPC police while being able to shoot Kaldari people like us. So I'm gonna work to the other Planet 4 Moon 4 station here in system, which is right next to the trade hub, so just like in Tama I can look at the station, see if it's safe before I warp there, and then hopefully sell our nice loot. I also noticed that the torpedo skill books are not very good when selling them to buy orders here in Jita, so I'm gonna have to put them in as a sell order and then sell them over a bit of time. And this part is also recorded later, so I can already tell you that only 7 hours after I put the modules on the market, the skill books I mean of course, they were already sold. So yeah, this is a quick way of selling your LP. Not the best money, but the easiest I'd say. So as you can see, the station was safe, I worked there, and here I'm just going to do a docking save spot. You can do a dock save spot once you're at 0 at the station, and next time you can work to that bookmark instead of to the station, so you make sure you don't land outside of docking range and you can immediately dock, so campers don't get you. Now I can just take my stuff and sell it right away, but you'll see I make 6 million of profit, which is not really that good. So I'm gonna take the torpedo specialization skill books out of there, sell this for 2.5 million. Yes, there we go. And these I'm gonna sell within the next 3 days for, let's see, 5.798. 5.798,000. And now within the next 3 days I should make about 10 million of profit, and then that's a total of 15 to 12 million profits per Plex you run. So with every Plex you can afford 2 new Thrasher fleets, 2 new Thrashers, not Thrasher fleet. So yeah, you basically double your money every time you do this. Minimum double your money. And if you already have a good starting ISK, you can buy more expensive items in the LP shop and sell them for better rates. Or if you're online at a more active time zone than I am currently, you can find someone in the military chat who will buy them off you for 7 or 800 ISK per LP, which are good rates. So yeah, that's where I'm gonna end off the video. That's all the basics about how you earn ISK in Factional Warfare. And yeah, as always, if you have any questions or ideas or concerns or anything, let me know. And also if you really struggle with selling your LP, you can also let me know, because I still have some contacts, old Kaldari or Galente contacts, people I know that sometimes buy LP. So yeah, and also if you want one of the partner skins, leave a comment or send me an in-game mail, and then hopefully see you in the next video. Have a good day, bye bye!